Well, as you saw at the end of the last video, things didn't go so well. I stripped the crank bolt out and re-threaded it, but it stripped out again when I was trying to turn the motor over with it. Thanks, GM. Maybe you can try putting bigger bolts in your cranks again like you used to. I never had a Dodge bolt strip out. So we're gonna try and get this thing running again and get it back on the road. We're gonna take it out to Saskatchewan, whether we gotta stick it on a trailer or not. It's not in terrible shape, but rocker panels are starting to let go a little bit. A little bit of rust bubbling. Right here, it got backed into by a truck, and their solution, I guess, was to fill it full of Bondo. They did it quick and dirty for the guy because they didn't want to go through insurance. But that was before my time. Box is not in bad shape at all. With the exception of this side, which I patched years ago. Starting to break out in a little bit of rust, but it's not too bad. We got a flat tire. Other than that, a little bit of rust on the bottom. Nothing we can't handle. The interior is, it's hanging in there. It's not too bad. We just got the hole in the driver's seat as per usual, but everything else is not too bad. I just noticed that that's new to me. We got a little bit of rust eating there. So definitely have to do something about that eventually. Well, it's now winter, as you can probably tell by all this white stuff. And we're gonna try to drill out this crank now. We need to re-thread it for a much better bolt, so that when we turn the engine with the bolt, it doesn't just keep spinning. So we got options. We got this giant bolt out of an S10, which is what I'd like to use, but probably gonna try something just slightly bigger. See how that works first before I have to drill a whole bunch of material out of there. Because I don't have the right bits to step up slowly to it, so. Wish I had done this on the lathe. From now on, I'm gonna upgrade this bolt in the lathe instead of fighting with it later. Okay, I drilled it to 9/16, which is 1/32 too big for this tap, but seems to be biting real nice. It doesn't feel like I'm gonna break my tap now. Five hours later. Alright, finally got it tapped, and this bolt goes all the way in. Bit of a fight, but workout was fine. Okay. Let's use a torque wrench, so then maybe we won't strip it out, maybe? Okay, no sign of turning yet. I shall turn it by crank, I guess. Might be some crap in the cylinder still that just doesn't want to power through.
So you need your torques set.
I guess so. Whatchamahoos it? That one doesn't tighten. Okay, in case you missed any of that, I got my distributor in, putting my spark plug wires back in. I got my coil all hooked up. Got some of the wiring done. Gotta throw some spark plugs in this thing. It's in place. Okay, we got all the spark plugs in and the wires on and all that. Plugged in what we could up there. We're just tightening up these headers. Get the exhaust on. Alright, we got the exhaust bolted up and the oil cooler on. We put the oil filter in and we're just putting oil in it. James is taking out the power steering pump. We're going to swap that for a different one, and then we got to put the alternator in and the AC in. Then we're going to do the fan and the shroud and all that shit. And the air block. What up?
How do I get that trim off?
The hard way. Works for me. And that goes on top. And then we can basically get the battery in there and fire it up. Well, it's another day. We got everything on the engine all put together and buttoned up in the dark, in the cold. But we turned the key and the fuel pump won't turn on. So it might be gummed up in there. So now we're dropping the tank and just have to see what it looks like when we get in there. She's been sitting a little while. Pretty grungy. Tank looks kind of cruddy inside too. Yay. Okay, well, we'll See if that'll free up or not. Probably not. Get all that gas out of there. See if this crusty old pump will turn. Nothing. Get this pump out of this housing and see what we can do about it, I guess. Yummy. Wow, that's just all jelly. Pretty sure all that's supposed to go out the other direction. Guess it's not meant to sit in gas for that long, eh?
Nope.
For gas treatment. Oh, it's going in. It's taking its time, but it's working in there. This might not work, but why not give it a try, eh? Oh, I can feel it trying to move. This was a brand new pump when I parked it, so if it frees up, it should keep running, hopefully. Oh yeah, it's taking it now. May need to leave it sit for a half an hour. That's what I did with injectors. I just let them soak for half an hour and all the shit dissolved out of it. She lives. Well, let's just keep feeding it this for a few minutes and then we'll let it sit and soak for a bit. Sounds fairly healthy. Now
Yep.
it's spinning.
Now that it can actually pump fuel.
We might be able to get out of here today.
Looks like we don't have to make a trip to Pick and Pull.
No. Okay, let's just let some of that soak in there for a little bit. We'll run a little bit more in there. Then we'll clean everything up, put it all back together. Get that tank cleared out and put some fresh gas in it. Yeah. Okay, we're working on our improvised workbench here. So we got most of this stuff cleaned up. Oh, you're still here. Okay. Well, I had to replace the wire. I had an old one in the shed. This whole thing needs to be replaced, but we don't have that option right now. It's a weekend and we were supposed to leave this morning. Okay, this will clip in here. And this will go on the side. And I should have paid attention when I plugged that in. Okay. Got a clip on here. Whoops. All right, ready to drop back in. All right, so we washed this thing out with the pressure washer as best we could, and then we put some rocks in there and swished them around, and half a bottle of Dawn dish soap, and now it's looking real nice and clean in there. And we rinsed it a bunch of times and sucked it out with the shop vac, and so now we're gonna throw the fuel pump back in there and get it back up under the truck, and hopefully we'll be good then. So we got a new senders. Okay, we got the pump in and the tank under the truck. We got it all hooked up as far as lines and wires go. So we're gonna we put some gas in it. We're gonna prime it and make sure that the hoses don't leak before we stick it back up in there. I hear it. No leaks. No leaks. Maybe we should start it. Make sure we got fuel pressure up top. Oh, this Schrader valve seems to be leaking. Okay, prime it. It's not leaking anymore. Okay, why don't you see if it'll spin? Okay, we need jumpers, I guess. Jumpers! Down the app. Now my cables weren't making contact. It's only running off the gas we're giving it. Whole bunch of air in the line. Yeah, that's probably what's wrong. I'll leave that battery charging for a few minutes. Okay, give it a try. Oil pressure. Okay, I was laying in bed last night thinking, I bet you we're gonna forget to put power steering fluid in it, and then I forgot. Well, she's running. All right, we had a burst fuel line that was bad. We had it out on the road and it seemed to run all right. It's coming around. James is gonna drive it for a couple hours tonight, and then we're gonna stick it on the road 650 miles out to Saskatchewan, and which is 1,000 kilometers. What's the problem, James?
It doesn't like to run properly after half a tank.
Under half a tank.
Yeah.
Must be that fuel pump unit.
Yeah.
Order a new one when we get back. Alright, so we're at the gas station, and when we threw that gas in there, it ran just fine. But so here's the working hypothesis, is that the pressure of the full tank of fuel helps the fuel pump it up, and as soon as you get around half a tank, then the pump is too weak to make enough pressure. So we just need to replace the pump when we can and keep it over half until then. The only other issue we had was we had a rat eat through our hose for our windshield washer. So we grabbed a stainless steel straw and stuck that in there, so now it works. Oil looks good. Okay, that's way overfull because James overfilled it. Did you even look at your brakes, James? You did check all these, right? Yeah. It's all good. All good in the hood. Alright, so we're in Golden, and we're gonna make it to Red Deer tonight. I'm gonna stop for some food in Canmore. 69.69. Topping up in Red Deer, on our way back. No problems yet.
Hey, don't jinx it.
That's why I said yet. Alright. Keep rolling. So, it's getting a little bit chilly inside unless you're going up a hill, so we threw a cardboard box in between the rad. It's like -15, and so it might be a bit low on fluid, so it's not circulating right, but it's, we'll have to do for now. Hopefully that'll keep it a bit warmer in there, but that should do it. Oh, hey, look, free funnel. Oh, we made it out to Saskatchewan with the GMC, and we didn't have any major issues. Although, if you know what you're looking for, you can see the next problem to come along. But that's a story for another time. I have to apologize for all the traffic sound out here. It's so loud, that road, so not much I can do about it, especially before getting my nicer microphones. And so you just have to bear with me. So thanks for watching and liking and subscribing and commenting. All that kind of stuff helps me grow this channel so I can maybe do this a little more full time. I'm struggling to get enough videos edited on time. So eventually it might be a little hard to keep up unless I have monetization so I can pay an editor to do half the work. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.